All right, ready? Alrighty, welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad podcast. Today it is May 7th, and we are here live from HQ3 with the full crew.
Francis is back looking
Looking like a slice of key lime pie.
looking like Kim Jong-un on Easter.
It is a good fit, though.
It looks
Thank
amazing.
you.
I don't think I can pull off black shoes because they make my feet look so tiny. But they make you look bespoke.
Thank you.
What are those shoes?
These are by Dries Van Noten.
Are those suede?
I was put onto these by my buddy Jake Wolf, who is a great Instagram follow if you like sort of cool fashion stuff for men.
Nice.
You know him personally?
Well, not really. We just DM a lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was just some dude you followed on Instagram.
No.
God, no.
The black shoes only work with pants, too. When we went to New Orleans for the Super Bowl, I was wearing my Sambas, and I was wearing shorts. And I was like, this is maybe the worst look I've ever had.
Dude, I gotta say, I think I'm pretty out on shorts.
Yeah.
Period.
Agreed, for sure.
I don't think I'm gonna wear, especially, I mean, in the summer, just to go to work in shorts to me feels like I'm slapping America in the face.
So what are you going to do when it's like 95?
Who do I think I am? A fucking soccer player? What is this, camp?
Diego Maradona in
Yeah.
the fucking shorts.
So what are you going to do? Like say it's 95. Because it'll get there.
You wear lighter pants like these. You wear a linen pant.
In 95?
You know,
I can't pull off a linen pants. I'm asking for suggestions right now.
I'm not going to be outside that much. Right? You get to work, you're in your air conditioning all
true.
day.
What about like a jog?
Well, yeah, to exercise, of course I'll wear shorts.
Then, yeah, that's fine.
I just always wear some linen.
I walk around this office sometimes in the summer and I see the number of people wearing shorts and I feel like I work at a fucking YMCA.
I don't like wearing shorts just because I don't want to wear shorts to the pod. I don't want to wear shorts on camera.
We got Jake Bass here. What's going on, Jake?
We're in a Ryder Cup meeting.
Oh, yeah?
You're being formally invited
To the Ryder Cup.
to
Really?
the Ryder Cup.
By who?
Hank and Brendan and I.
Oh, sweet.
That's a big deal.
When's that?
June. If you're in.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's a big deal.
I'm down.
You should do that. But you're going to need to practice.
I'm going to have to hit the range. Who's in it?
Briggs, Whitney, Dave, Dan, PFT, Arian, Francis, Jerry.
Oh, yeah, I could definitely do that. Fuck yeah.
All
So
right.
that's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday?
No, I
No,
think
it's,
Tuesday, Wednesday,
it's
Thursday.
Tuesday,
with a
Wednesday,
rain date
Thursday.
on Friday.
Why? What you got?
No, I was just looking at a calendar.
Or maybe
Oh, yeah,
it's,
yeah.
maybe it's the 24th to the 26th. It's that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Fuck
Tuesday,
yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, lock it in.
It's right before
All
the
right.
4th of July.
Perfect. Right before I chip off to Wyoming.
And so that must mean that my invitation's like right behind the...
Dude, that's a huge deal. I'm so pumped you're going to come to that.
That's going to be fun, yeah.
Well, no,
Thank
but
you. I appreciate it.
you don't get paid for that, though. That's not part of your job. You just get paid to do the podcast.
Oh, no. I mean, we're going to work that out, me and Dave.
How?
Revenue share?
Of the Ryder Cup?
Yeah. What do you think? I'm going all the way to Boston for free?
I mean, they would pay for you to get there, but...
I'm definitely going to do that. That sounds great.
If our team wins, you'll get...
Our team.
I don't know. They'll
You sure I'm not on Dave's side, brother?
Why wouldn't I be on Dave's
Us
side?
Jews, we got to stick together right now. Times are tough.
Why wouldn't I be on Dave's side? I was on Dave's team last time.
Were you?
Mhm.
I genuinely don't know. I don't know a ton about it.
Great.
So what is it? I know what the actual Ryder Cup is, but it's a similar...
It's team
Mhm.
golf.
How
And-
many people per team?
I don't know. Last time there might have been 6 per team.
And what's the format?
Well,
Oh, you don't have to give anything away.
no, I don't know. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I'm just going off last time.
Yeah.
I think we did best ball of 2 for the first one, and then there might have been like a scramble, alternate shot, something like that. And then the final day was like 3-on-3, teams of 3.
Fuck yeah.
Each team got to pick 3 guys.
So
Well,
12
we'll have to hit the
people?
range.
So it's like a tight event?
Yeah.
Wow, Sass is blowing up
That's
right
what
now.
I'm saying. Like I'm so happy to have you be part of that.
T12, Pac-12.
I just played Oakmont
Yeah.
over the weekend where they're playing the U.S. Open. We did this for the USGA with foreplay,
Mm-hmm.
and it's in U.S. Open condition.
Yeah.
The rough meaning. It was, and we played from where they tee off.
Yeah.
We played the championship tees.
Mm-hmm.
It was the hardest thing I've ever done athletically.
What'd you shoot?
Well, that video is going to come out, so I'm not sure if I should say.
Yeah, I guess that.
But I will say I played really solid
Yeah.
and I was very pleased with how I played.
Where's that, Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
That's going to be so awesome. Wow, you guys are fucking blowing up right now. Wait, is this what happened while I was gone? You guys just ascended to a different stratosphere without me?
Look,
It is pretty funny. We were talking about it downstairs, how like the banking of episodes and stuff, and it was like you were gone for like 3 episodes. You barely missed the show,
and somehow you guys are getting invitations to fucking play in the Masters while I'm gone. Infuriating. I need to take up golf.
Why don't you come? Why don't you just go?
Does it sound like Jake Bass just invited me?
We'll talk to Jake.
I think that the reason
He
you're
came
coming,
in with his own microphone.
I think you're coming because you performed well when you did the thing with Frankie, and people thought in your solid golfer.
Oh yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
We all know that your personality's not going to add anything.
I'm not going to talk at
You're
all.
Well, you're just going to be the guy that's like, I don't even care what's going on here.
No, I'll definitely care.
What are the
I get
rules?
competitive with stuff. I love competing.
Yeah.
What was the golf tournament where I kept on stepping on rubber duckies or something?
That was
like
the
that?
mini. That was the mini golf where I came in 3rd place, and then they dropped me down to what was it, 9th?
But you had a conniption when I stepped on the mini golf.
We were in the final round of mini golf, and I'm in 3rd place. And Roan, there's these, those chickens, the rubber chickens that squeak. They let out that absurd noise. For some reason, they were all over the place, and Roan kept on stepping on them while I was in the middle of putting. And everyone was like, "Look how mad Sass is getting." I'm like, "Dude, this is like $100,000 is on the line right now."
It was the first round that I was doing it in.
No.
Yeah, because I was in it.
No, it was every single dude. You were on the same hole every time. Every time I went
got
around,
I didn't make the cut. I was eliminated after the first round.
But you were still everywhere. You were on that hole.
Wasn't everywhere.
I don't even think you were competing.
No,
I think you were on the mic.
it was while I was competing. I wouldn't step on a rubber ducky to fuck with you.
Yeah, you know that's actually exactly what happened.
I'm just jealous. I think that you guys have golf.
Well, that's always been something we've both been very I don't know. I don't know. I haven't swung a golf club in a while. So I'm going to have to get out there.
That was such a nice move by him to even come in and grab a mic like that.
That was nice.
Were you guys tipped off? Because he was ready to go.
Hairball, you can come out and practice with me at my club beforehand if you want, but you are going to have to wear a collared shirt.
Yeah, I have golf shirts.
You do?
3 years on varsity.
You still have those?
Yeah.
You kept your high school varsity golf shirts?
That wasn't that long. It was like 6 years ago.
Tell you what, I don't have any of my high school sports gear.
How long has it been for you? 16 years.
Yeah, but I got rid of it
18.
within the 6-year window.
Oh, look, if you had a custom Nike golf shirt
From Duxbury.
with your name on it, you would keep it.
From Duxbury High.
You don't have one of those.
No, you know what happened? I remember now. I got rid of all of my high school gear when it was replaced by Harvard
Yeah.
Nike
Understandable.
customized
Yeah. Harvard
stuff.
Athletics.
I know you still have some of that stuff.
Yeah.
I sure do.
I
yeah.
bet you guys got some sick gear.
We really did.
What would
Yeah.
you get?
It was as if it was like the Matrix when
Yeah.
Neo was like, I need Nike. Lots of Nike.
So sick.
Yeah.
That's got to be the best part about being like a good athlete.
I thought you were going to say the best
On
part
top
about
of
going
the-
to Harvard.
On top of the hundreds of millions of dollars. But when we toured the Vikings facility, I mean, you guys, I've said it 1,000 times, I'm a gear junkie. But we were touring the practice facility, and they got to show, like, those guys just walk in, and there's like 12 pairs of cleats, and they just go like, those are the ones I want. It's insane.
Yeah.
With everything, though.
Right.
visors, helmets.
You get over it pretty quickly.
Yeah, I bet it's not
I will
even
say.
a big part of it for them.
Really?
You
Yeah.
get to a point where you're like, I don't have any room for any more of this stuff.
True. I could see that. Justin Jefferson has 2 lockers because there's so much free shit.
Yeah.
It's like Big Cat when he had the
Pile.
pile.
I think at Barstool early on, like we would get everything, or like people would send us stuff, and I think you get over it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I never did.
What?
Every time I go to my desk and there's a box, I'm like, you saw the box the other day. I was like, you want this range? Look at this, what I found.
Yeah.
I was like trying to like give Francis this range finder that was on my desk for golf. Not mine. No idea whose it is. It's been there forever. And he was like, I don't want that at all.
I threw out some stuff from your desk today. I got back to the desk and there was just some bullshit like empty boxes with confetti inside of them. Why are you keeping these?
That was a package that was sent to me.
From Rhythm,
Yeah, from a company.
the weed company.
Oh, nice. You're getting sponsored by weed companies now?
No, we all got an invitation to like this party.
Yeah, but
You got one too.
You got the VIP package.
You don't think you got one?
No, I
Fucking
didn't.
Snoop Dogg of the Barstool offices. You don't think you're sucking on a weed lollipop as we speak?
If he's Snoop, you're Wiz Khalifa over
Yeah,
here.
you're Willie Nelson.
Not true at all.
Smoking for longer and stronger. Snoop Dogg quit. You don't remember that ad from
Yeah, he
2
went
years ago?
smokeless.
Okay, I really want to finish that story we started a couple episodes ago really quick.
No.
Yes, it'll drive
You-
traffic back to that other episode.
You
No,
mentioned
no.
that
There's
you
no-
already
we're not-
admitted.
I don't feel like talking about that.
Really?
Yeah.
You were ready to then.
No. I think I have a very vivid memory of you going, should I tell the story? And I said, no.
No. You said it's fine, and we started telling it, and then we changed the subject, as we often do.
Well, I guess, did you guys see the...
Holy shit. It's a very funny story.
It's really
Okay,
not. It's
here's
not
what
that funny of a story.
I'll
though.
tell a
That's the
story.
thing.
Why don't you say like
I
did
was
it?
smoking
Yeah.
a joint
Yeah.
alone. And I thought to myself, boy, if I were sharing this joint with someone, I wonder what that would be like. And I continued to smoke the joint and pass it to myself back and forth past the point where I wanted to smoke anymore. But because I was so sort of self-conscious about wanting to look like I knew what I was doing with weed, I smoked it to a point where both I and the person I thought I would want to smoke with were impossibly high.
You smoke with an imaginary friend to the point where you
Occasionally.
both get fucking stoned.
Yeah.
That's so.
And then I thought to myself, my God, I'm so uncomfortably high. Why did I go so far? And it was just this weird thing where I was not admitting to myself that I didn't want any more. When in fact, my other self didn't want any more either.
Getting uncomfortably high is such a weird part of the ritual of weed smoking.
It was really fun.
It's
Ron, are you off the kush? Off or on?
I'd say off right now. I haven't smoked since I had seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Not even dabbled?
No,
Not even a taste?
I'm not trying to be like uncomfortably high trying to hold a baby.
True.
That is exactly what I would want.
What?
If I were uncomfortably high and someone handed me a baby, I'd be like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, but
Of
with
all the things I want, this is perfect.
Yeah.
A sleeping baby?
True. But
What
if
a
the baby starts
wonderful-
screaming.
Palliative.
you're saying it'd be calming.
Yeah. To look down at this beautiful life and see that it's serene and
I feel like all it would
sleeping.
take is it opening its eyes and crying, and then you're like, I'm a fucking monster.
Well,
What
it
did
looks
I
up
do?
at you with your bloodshot red eyes, and
Come on.
you're like,
That's not me. Sounds like you guys.
No, God no. But I think that normally I would have that feeling, but I think since it's my baby, I'd have to be I would worry about, am I doing enough for this baby's life or whatever. Like if it was someone else's baby, like yeah, fucking
yeah.
throw it out with the bathwater, but you know.
Smoke all the weed you want.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't.
Someone else's
asked
baby,
you-
I'm smoking blunts around that baby. You know?
Would you stop fucking talking over him?
I know, my bad.
Oh man,
What were you gonna say? You haven't asked what?
I have been so conscious of not talking over anyone in this episode so far. to the point where I don't even want to speak. For those of you at home and for our dear friend Shane Gillis, Shane texted the three of us yesterday. And let me just say that I also have a friend who's not doing very well right now.
We'll tell the story chronologically for how it
So, has anyone seen my jewel? before we hop into that. No. I just had to get it out there because if someone's got it, they got to give it back.
How would anyone have it?
You're on your own couch.
Time's up. That's all I'm saying.
Know.
Joke's over.
You'd know. We love that joke, but we don't get to do it anymore.
Someone stole my jewel.
It's gone. But it's all good. It's in my pocket. All right.
You're such a fucking psycho about that thing. It's always in your pocket.
I know.
Shane texted us yesterday, the three of us, after their episode that I was absent on came out, and said, "Wow, thank God, an episode with Roan and Harry. So finally, not having Francis. It's better without Francis or something." And I wrote back something like, "No problem. They can have it, like whatever." And he goes, "Yeah, well, the issue is that you talk over people."
I don't think it was as intense as this.
I think I'm pretty close.
Yeah, but it was like lighthearted at the time.
And then, are you sure?
I would think.
Why don't you read it? I don't have my phone. Just read it.
I don't want to read it.
Why not?
I'm not getting involved in this.
You're implicitly involved.
I'm not involved. I think I said one thing that entire text chain. I think I said ha ha. I think that was it.
Yeah, because you were so conflict
I texted
averse.
it. Ha 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 ha. Ja ja ja.
He said, "Finally, Rome back, and no Francis!" Exclamation point. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it is more lighthearted.
That's fine.
Yeah,
and
I'm fine with all of that.
Yeah.
He said, you said we're gonna move to me just one ep a week, and then he said that would be better. You talk over people too much.
But that's why he's saying it, because you don't do that.
And then he said, and then you said working on it, and Shane said JK, and I said Francis, don't listen to him. We like when you talk over people. and then you said, am I high? I'm not the talk over people guy.
Well, we had posted a clip from that week of you doing the
that's
exactly
why he said it.
Okay.
And then he said, what do you mean? You do a lot, but it's fine.
He's talking about me.
I know, but I think he's just busting your balls.
No, that double down is truth.
That's ball busting.
No, it's not.
I'm a pro ball buster.
You do, but it's fine means I don't really mean this, but objectively what I've said is true. I just don't want you to take it personally, which he realized I had.
I think it's evolved ball busting. I think he's trying to be serious about it. But then you said, this sucks. And Shane said, why? And you said, I quit. I got a lot of other stuff going on. Have at it, boys. Harry said, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah.
Shane said, ha, 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 ha. Francis said, in parentheses, I'm not kidding.
So let me provide a little context. I was sitting in the ICU at Northwestern Hospital in Chicago visiting a friend of mine who just had surprise brain surgery. And this is one of my closest friends. And I'm getting these texts. I'm not doing well with the situation at hand. And I have no ability to filter ball busting at that point.
Yeah.
So nobody knew that. But I was just so strung out and distraught from what I had been facing and dealing with that I just was like, I can't handle this. You guys take the podcast. I remove myself.
You said you said visiting a buddy who had surprise brain surgery. Explain that a little bit. Shane said, damn. You said, can't handle much right now on me. And then Shane just sent the Uno reverse card.
It's very funny.
I forgot about that.
It's very funny.
I totally forgot about that.
But that was the extent of it. But we were all like, you don't talk over people. Or afterwards, we're like, yeah, bro, you don't talk over people. Literally, don't worry about it.
I don't know. I have no idea what way is up and what way is down now. I tend to trust when Shane says something and then says JK. In my experience with him, that usually is a truth. It's just true. Whatever he has said prior to that, I trust to be true. So I'm going to work on that.
I also says you don't talk over people, but Shane just can't make fun of Sass because he already will never get a spot in tires.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true.
You don't talk over people.
I think I talk a lot, but I try to make a point of not being interruptive. But if I am failing at that, I will go watch game film.
I think that people in the chat would agree with you that you don't talk over people.
The chat.
Whatever, the fucking comments.
Sorry, this isn't Roan.com. There is no chat.
So can I I'm sure you guys have dealt with friends falling ill, and I'm not trying to get serious about this, but it was a very strange experience for me. And one that was kind of, I don't know, it did change perspective for me on some stuff. Because this is my friend is a very healthy guy. This came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And his whole life is on hold now.
Yeah. It's fucked.
And he's probably not going to go to work for a month more. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
And he has a good job. So it's like, what happens? What do you do?
I have no idea.
Have you guys ever dealt with this?
No.
I've had friends get in like bad accidents where they just like have to stop going to work. And it's like, yeah, do the same thing. You visit them in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to, I had like a bunch of like weed gummies that were like shaped like donuts that I like tried to smuggle into my buddy's hospital room and left them everywhere. And his mom found
You
all
left
of
them
them
everywhere?
His mom found all of them like an Easter egg hunt and like threw them all out. I don't think she was happy with me because she was like the only other person there, and she'd like sit on something and there'd be a donut shaped weed gummy.
Oh.
I'd be fucking hiding. But it's like, yeah, I agree that it's a weird circumstance. You don't know what to do, and like, and it's like
it's very different from visiting sort of an older person who's sick or whatever. And I've had a hard time processing it. I was very upset about it. I was really upset. And I'm not trying to say, obviously I'm not the victim here. I'm just kind of wondering if anyone has any advice on how to handle that, because it fucked me up.
Yeah, I get that. I've never dealt with anything like that, so I have no idea.
I feel like trying to introduce shreds of normalcy maybe to their life, talking to them like without like doom and gloom maybe would be helpful.
Yeah, I had a fun time talking with him. One of our buddies brought him some chocolate, like one of those assortment truffle boxes, and then I went through the flavor descriptions of the 28 different types of truffles, and he and I approached that selection as if we were choosing a draft choice. Like it was so serious. And he was like, wait, read that part again. You know,
Yeah.
What do you think guadina is? Like, oh, absolutely not the raspberry filling. Okay, we're going to write those 4 off because they have booze in them. It was just like, and that was really fun. But
You were probably like ready to lighten the mood. And you're like, oh my God, hey, Shane Gillis is texting. Oh, a joke. An impending joke for sure. Oh no. Oh God, no.
yeah. So yeah. Anyway.
And then you bought a suit.
No, I bought this last week.
It looks so fucking sick.
Thank you.
I almost feel like this is this wearing it on this show is like beneath the outfit. You know what I mean? We're just dressed like schlubs, and you got this fucking sick ass futuristic outfit on.
Well, I don't know why I bought it.
When else are you gonna wear it?
I went into this store to buy some shoes that I needed, some black shoes, and Man, and whenever I go into this place, they have they cast a bit of a spell. I think it has something to do with the incense that they burn in there. Because
Do they do that?
I tried on a couple things.
I don't like that smell at all.
I don't normally either. It's a little too
Incense?
Yeah,
sweet.
it's like, I don't know. I don't like it. Every time I walk into a room where they have that, I'm like, ugh, nasty.
What about church? What about when they burn it at church?
No, I don't like it there either.
I love it at church.
I just don't like the smell of it. But I do like those pants. And I think they're cool because you can wear them with other shit too. You don't have to wear the full jumpsuit together.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is called a set.
Yeah. That's what they would call that, I believe. Is the shirt from the same place? Same set?
Yes.
Pricey set. How much did that run you?
I won't say.
You gotta say.
You got to
People
be
are gonna
careful.
find it.
We're in a recession right now. Everyone's taking hits.
The last people that are going to take hits are the comics. People are going to need to laugh.
Recession proof.
Comedy is.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either.
I don't know
I
about
think it's actually
that.
like one of the first things to go.
I'll
They
say
would just watch it on TV. Yeah, we could go spend money, or we could just, I guess we could just turn the TV on.
I had such a fun time in Kansas City. The crowds were awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really great shows. Thank you to everyone who came out. Super, super fun. I like Kansas City. It's an interesting place. Have you spent any time down there?
Yeah, with Roan
You guys went down for that barbecue
for the
thing?
BBQ.
Yeah. I got to say, barbecue, awesome. Don't need to have it more than once.
I haven't had it since we went.
In a 6-month period.
I think that even might be a stretch.
My heart hurts so much
Yeah.
after I eat it.
Yeah.
And there's no way to eat a light barbecue lunch. You know what I mean?
But people that live in places like that do that. Like the
Well,
lunch
it's the
break. Let's go to
second
lunch
fast-
break. Let's hit slaps.
Yeah.
Take down 7 pounds of meat.
It's the second fattest city in America.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't. What's first?
Philadelphia.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's what they say.
It's got to be like somewhere in the South. I feel
No.
like
That's what I was told. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe we should look that up.
Philly
Nah.
does have a lot of whales running around.
Big Dom.
Tyler, could you look up the fattest cities in America? Just
Yeah,
to
Big Dom
cross-reference
honestly
that?
might bring up the overall average. He's a big boy.
He's fat.
Is he fat though, or is he just fucking massive?
I think he's like defensive tackle fat. So he's got fat on top of muscle.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I watched last night? Jackson, Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
They have
Well,
good
then-
barbecue. I think it's like
this is
murder
clearly-
capital. Like there's different metrics that they weigh it by.
Yeah. Because they're big boned down south too.
They're not measuring bone density,
Yeah.
which is a massive part of it.
You know what I watched last night was that Long Island
Killer
dog.
Gilgo. I started that one.
You didn't finish it?
No.
Oh, crazy.
It didn't really hook me.
Oh, it hooked me immediately.
I guess because the women were just whores.
Well, that's kind of the whole argument. That's kind of what the whole show's about.
What's
What,
the-
like you
what's
could
the
just kill them?
argument?
You could kill them if they're
Because it
whores?
took them like 20 years to find a dude that they could have found in 6 weeks because they were prostitutes because they didn't give a fuck.
Right.
Dude, it's insane. You got to watch it. You want me to spoil it?
No,
Yeah.
no. I mean, I remember reading the news report. So don't.
Oh, so
I'll go
there
back.
is no spoilers.
I'll go back and watch it a little bit.
The
but-
shit with the cops is insane.
And wait. When I say that, I was trying to be funny, but the truth of the matter is, like, I didn't feel good. I felt kind of gross watching it.
I get that with a lot of those docs.
Yeah.
This one I didn't.
Oh,
But
because
it just happens, you know.
they
You
were
can't-
whores.
You can't control it. No, like some of those documentaries, I'm like, I'm not in the mood for this at all.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
I didn't know much about
Last
the
night
sort
I
of
was in the mood.
escort service and how that worked.
No, I didn't really know how it worked either.
These women have drivers who drive them around.
Yeah. Pimps.
Are they pimps or are they like security guys?
I guess security probably,
Mm-hmm.
but similar.
I think they're hired by the pimps.
I'm sure they'll,
Or maybe
pimp
they're
slap
pimps
one of
on
their
their own.
girls if they got to.
At least shake them up a little bit.
Can I talk about the cop part?
Yeah.
Spoilers?
I don't
Spoil it.
care. Yeah, I'm never
Because
gonna watch
I
this.
people get mad when I spoil things, but it's a documentary, you know. It's
already been spoiled.
already been spoiled, and it also didn't happen that long ago. Dude, the fucking cop, the chief of police in that area of Long Island, was fucking prostitutes and like degrading them,
Oh boy.
and that's why the investigation just like never happened.
He's
And
like,
then some random drug addict was like robbing cars in Long Island and accidentally robbed the chief of police's car, and he like stole his briefcase and he like unzipped it and it was just like all porno and like weird sex toys and like freak shit. And then like immediately like they fired him and they brought in the FBI and they found the dude in 6 weeks. And that was 12 years going on the investigation. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
Imagine not being able to do freak shit.
I know.
Getting fired from your police job for doing freak shit.
He was on some freak shit though. Big time.
Hairball.
What?
You like the freak shit.
No.
You get real freaky.
No, not at all.
You're a bit of a freak.
Not at all. I'm the least freak.
I've been to your apartment.
Something bad's happening to my lower back right now.
It's probably from giving birth.
Yeah, I don't see my pelvic floor really now.
What a moment.
I know.
Guys, can we talk about Rose Sparks? Rose Sparks, a 2-in-1 prescription treatment for longer, harder erections. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Every day is erection day if you're using Rose Sparks because they hit the bloodstream faster than they dissolve under the tongue. And getting hard faster means more sex.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And after they dissolve, they work in about 15 minutes on average because guys who use Rose Sparks have thicker, longer erections, okay, than you usually have because they get fuller.
I'm so sick of all my thin erections.
That are still hungry. I want mine to be full as hell.
So thin.
And thin, short erections.
Just once in my life,
Are you tired of your erection being like a stick of gum?
I wanted it to be thick.
I want it to be thick and
That's where the term "lay it on thick" comes from.
from post Rose Sparks
I
erections.
laid it on thick last night.
You got to be ready to play with Rose Sparks because with Rose Sparks, you can get the erection you've always wanted. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off Sparks on a recurring plan. Connect with a provider at ro.co/sun and find out if prescription Rose Sparks are right for you. That's ro.co/sun for $15 off your first order.
All right, let's take a second to talk about Vuori. Guys, Vuori is incredibly versatile and comfortable. It's perfect for whatever your day brings. We wear Vuori a lot. We've become huge fans. You can wear it to work. You can wear it to commute. It's great air travel wear. It's
Hospital pants.
Hospital
That
pants.
was literally my hospital outfit that I had like planned
Yeah.
for the day that my wife.
If you have to sleep in an armchair next to a hospital bed for a couple of days, you want to be wearing your Vuori. It's designed to look great beyond the gym, whether you're running errands, heading to the office, or meeting up with friends. Their core short is soft, lightweight 4-way performance stretch. It moves with you. There's no restriction. And it's available in 3 inseam options, so there's a perfect fit for every preference.
I'm a 7-inch guy myself.
Yeah, I like the 7-inch. Just above the knee. Vuori is an investment in your happiness. For our listeners, they're offering 20% off your first purchase. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at vuori.com/boydad. That's VUORI.com/boydad. Exclusions apply. Visit the full website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Go to vuori.com/boydad and discover the versatility of Vuori clothing. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions.
Alrighty. Let's talk about Kraken.
Let's get cracking.
If you're going to trade crypto, do it right. No sketchy platforms, no sketchier customer support. That's why we only trust Kraken. Kraken lets you buy, sell, and swap over 300 cryptos without the lag, crashes, or clownery. Buying crypto manually? That's old school. Recurring buys let you automate your investments so you stack sats. Stats? So you sack sats without even thinking about it. DCA done right. Buy more when prices dip, do less when they spike. Link your bank in minutes, set it, forget it, and let your portfolio grow. Kraken Pay. Instant crypto payments, no more I'll Venmo you later excuses. Whether you're covering a lost bet, splitting the tab after a night out, or sending funds for the next wild adventure, Kraken Pay lets you move money instantly with zero fees, no breaks, or and no banks holding things up. So quit waiting. Head to kraken.com/barstool. No investment advice. Not investment advice. Crypto trading involves risk of loss and is offered to U.S. customers, excluding Washington, New York, and Maine through Payword Interactive Incorporated.
Mother's Day gifts can be a little bit predictable and boring. Name the best digital photo frame by Wirecutter. Aura frames are guaranteed to mix things up this year. Aura frames come with unlimited storage, so you can share as many photos as you want from your mom's phone right to the Aura frame. Not only will she be grateful that it's not just another gift card, but you'll also love the Aura frame because it means you get to see more of her and she gets to see more of you. I have gotten this from my mom. It is life-changing. She's always asking for more pictures to upload onto her Aura frame. It's futuristic. It makes your family feel closer to one another. And let's just say it's not your grandmother's picture frame.
I have one on my kitchen counter, and I love it when pictures of Roan's twins pop up.
It's so nice. They're basically yours. Aura has a great deal for Mother's Day. For a limited time, listeners can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off plus free shipping on their best-selling Carver matte frame. That's AURA frames.com. Promo code BOYDAD. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
Sweet.
Nice, guys.
But the documentary is crazy. You should watch it. If you like
All
the
right.
Karen Reed one, I think you would like this one.
I do like the Karen Reed one. I like it. I like a documentary where, to be honest, where it's not entirely clear what the outcome is or what the right answer is, and that you have to sort of determine your own
Make your own guesses.
conclusion about what
Yeah.
happened.
There's not much of that in this.
No, this is pretty cut and dry.
This is pretty cut and dry. But it
Yeah.
is insane. It's one of the better true crime docs I've seen, in my opinion.
All right, well then I'll give it another run.
But it might just be because of everything that we've talked about it before, but all those old, like the ones, I don't know, some of them you're like, I'm good.
Yeah. I feel like we've moved out of the golden age of true
Definitely.
crime docs, and now what we need good new crimes to happen for them. You know, that we covered all the best ones,
Yeah.
right? So we need good new crimes to happen, but people are less willing to commit good crimes because they know that documentaries will be made about them.
Yeah. You think they're less willing? I feel like I'd be more willing.
Well,
Like if you're a serial killer, like wouldn't you be like, this is gonna be on HBO? Like I better get these numbers up, get to work.
yeah, but I think a lot of people say serial killers want to be caught, but I don't know if that's true for everyone. For all
I
of them.
doubt that, yeah.
I think my guess would be that most serial killers don't want to be caught.
I'd guess that they'd want to kill. There's a serial killer in Massachusetts. Who are they killing? Everyone.
How
That's
many?
never
What are their
good.
numbers? What are their stats? Whoa.
Oh, shit.
That is pretty good.
In Hanover?
Hanover, Mass, 12 bodies, 3 months. Shit.
That's close to my old stomping grounds. That's scary. People got to stop serial killing. But I will say, I think I've said this before many times too, that I thought there was never going to be another serial killer like that. Because I just assumed that the cops would be able to catch them after they killed like one person. But it doesn't seem that that's the truth at all.
Mhm.
All it takes is you just need one of the chief of police to also enjoy killing prostitutes.
Look at the ones where, the one that about that rich family in South Carolina.
The Murdaws?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about sort of political power.
Yeah.
That's what determines how long you can get away with that
Yeah.
kind of a thing.
It's crazy.
I didn't know families like the Murdochs could still existed,
Yeah.
where they just fully run a town.
And
With-
but they are not in any office or anything. Like they're
Yeah.
just people. It's
The
crazy.
law doesn't apply. Like
Yeah.
they're kings.
It's literally like the Great Gatsby with the fucking white card,
Yeah.
where he's going 200 miles per hour and
Yeah.
he gets pulled over and he doesn't even get pulled over. The cop's like driving, trying to pull him over, and he just flashes the white card and they just peel out.
What's going on? You okay?
My back was fucked. It's out of nowhere. I don't know what it was.
You better? Did you fix it?
Yeah, I had to lay on my stomach and do a little.
Tummy time.
I just had to do a little tummy time in the
Yeah.
hallway. It fixed, but I got great news while I was out there. Hank said I should come to the fucking thing.
To the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, he texted me out of nowhere.
So
Ryder
they're just handing them out.
Cup.
The Ryder.
He
Yep.
said, "Let's get Little Sass in the Ryder Cup. You should come as well and do on-course interviews."
Nice.
So
That's
he
a great
basically
idea.
was like, he knows that me and you are his handlers, basically.
Mhm.
And they're like, "Hey, like, can we get him this place?" And I was like, "Hey, I don't know. I have to send it up to the top."
And this is North of Boston.
Yeah, maybe 35, 40 minutes. I think it's
Interesting.
northwest.
That's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
It's
I'm more of a
great.
South Shore guy, but I'll come up there for just
Yeah,
for
of
shits and
course.
giggies.
Can't wait to just get out on the links for a couple days.
It was really fun
Stress
last time.
free.
It was intense.
I know.
It's like Kirk
Yeah.
screaming
I'm not
at
ready
you.
for that at all.
Yeah.
He's gonna find all of my deepest insecurities.
Try
Make them known.
try making a putt. Try making a putt when Kirk's like, by the way, you talk over people on Son of a Boy Dad. Shane was right.
Try making a putt when he like tells your parents that you have a crippling weed habit.
It's not even funny. Bro, you literally just were outside rolling around on the ground.
You should have just laughed at it, and then it would actually be funny instead of just.
It's not even funny. It's not even funny. You think I smoke weed? Well, you're fixing your back.
True.
I don't know if that's really the tit for tat.
I didn't have
to
much
that.
to give him.
Because I don't smoke. I'm on the straight and narrow, and that the only thing I'm really putting into my body is incense and holy water at church.
Oh, that's good. That does that. You're missing a lot of the, basics, protein, fats, carbs.
You're saying I don't put those into my body?
Yeah, I mean,
What do you
if you're
think?
just
What do you
going,
think
if you're just going incense and holy
Well,
water.
what do you think the body and blood?
I don't know how sustainable of a diet that is.
What do you think the body and blood of Christ are?
Well, you didn't say you were eating the body.
Yeah, I'm not putting it into my body. I'm taking it into my soul. Dumbass.
Okay, got it.
It's so nice when they throw the water at you at church and you just get like fucking bukkakied by it.
I don't like when they do that at all.
Man, that just reminded me of one of the earliest jokes I ever wrote.
Take us there.
Bring me.
Well, I don't really remember it exactly, but I thought that to honor the body and blood of Christ, that the wafer was an inadequate food vessel to honor the body of Christ.
Oh yeah.
Then eat
And
some
the-
Kansas City barbecue.
And that like shitty wine was also not. I was like, I said something like, "Give me a 6-foot hero and a Capri Sun
That
you
would be
know.
closer.
That is a good.
in
It's a good
church."
joke.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
It was like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
6-foot hero and a Capri Sun.
Yeah,
Just handing everybody out huge
Yeah.
6-foot heroes.
Yeah.
as they
Come take a
up.
slice.
yeah.
Imagine. Oh, that would be awesome. Just a pizza.
Everyone get a slice up
Yeah.
front.
Well,
Body's a little greasy today.
if Jesus is so fucking magical, he should be like making himself different things every part of the week.
LaCroix. A nice LaCroix in
We're
church.
doing vegan pepperoni today to make sure that all of our flock can indulge in the bodily.
How do you think that goes? Because I'm pretty sure you can just order those things online.
Wafers?
The body of Christ.
I used to have a fucking tin of them at my house.
Yeah.
But
I
aren't they
think they're
blessed? Yeah.
So is there just a dude at like the Amazon warehouse just blessing all
No, you
No.
don't. They get blessed once you get them.
I see.
Consecrated, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think
Damn.
that they put them in the same containers that like the peanut butter stuffed pretzels come in.
Oh yeah, fucking massive jug.
They're in the massive jugs that you get the cheese balls and the pub mix. in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So nice.
But that's the body of Christ in there.
I've like fried them up on a pan before. I've like thrown
What?
thrown them in like
Put some Nutella on them.
so I had
Make some
that'd
little
be
mini
so
crepes.
good. It was just like butter. I mean,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of weight to them to add something. You'd have to kind of layer them out.
Yeah. Make some little mini tacos.
If I ever go on What's for Lunch with Donnie, I'm definitely having him cook me some crust.
When we did when we were getting we were doing first communion, we had to practice with like these like I think they were just the wafers.
You
But our
Practice?
teacher just like brought in like a fucking gallon bag of them.
freaky ass teacher just wanted to place something on your tongues?
No, we didn't. They didn't place it on
So
our
then why'd you need
tongues.
practice?
I don't know. We were fucking 7 years old.
But it's just eating a cracker.
Oh, you got to practice the walk up and then you place your hands.
Yeah, but why do you need something? Why don't you just put a poker chip in
Because
someone's
you're a
hand?
child and your brain doesn't work fully.
You're the only people that were practicing eating Christ.
You're going to be if you decide to raise your kids that way, you'll be doing that.
We had a caddy at Macklemore.
And you're not going to be going, "Why are you practicing?"
Oh,
What,
I
you don't know how to
definitely
eat a
will.
fucking cracker?
I definitely will.
No, you won't.
We're not wasting crackers on my watch. Rank up the talkover meter. Get it up to another one.
Well, I was kind of wondering about what just happened, right? Because I thought Harry was done, so then I started saying something different, but he wasn't done.
No.
So I didn't know if that meant that I had talked over you.
We won't count it. We won't count it.
I don't always know.
It'll
when
be a
you're-
soft count. Like a warning, written warning.
I don't always know when you're done with a thought.
I
Because
don't either.
I think sometimes you say something, I think you're done, and then you think of an afterburner firework to tag on top. And so I'm not sure,
What's the difference between a hat on a hat and a tag?
And a tag?
A tag.
a hat on a hat?
You know how people, comics are always like, don't put a hat on a hat.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard that
Like
ever.
putting a joke on a joke.
I thought you were making an Elon Musk joke.
Well, that's why that phrase has kind of bubbled back up into people's consciousness.
People are using it again?
No, I think putting a hat on a hat is like making a joke on top of a joke, but a tag is also like a joke adding to a joke.
Yeah, usually I think a tag is jokes within a larger joke that lead to the punchline.
So they're before the punchline, not after the punchline.
That's in
Well,
my
it could
experience.
be before or after, I feel like, right?
I mean, my punchline's usually the end of a joke.
Interesting.
dumbass. No wonder you're not selling any tickets in Philly.
Shows are already sold out.
What?
Not all of them, but some are.
Are you doing radio while you're out there?
We'll see.
You might.
I might have to.
I got some good stations for you to go on.
Yeah. I don't
news?
think that's how it works.
Just go on the morning
I don't
news.
think you can just schedule.
You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
I think it's just they reach out.
What were you about to say, Francis, before you were so rudely interrupted?
I can't remember. And you know what?
It was something about a hat on a hat, phrases.
It's probably for the best.
That was you, Roan.
Why don't I ask Microsoft Copilot what it means to put a hat on a hat?
What's Microsoft Copilot?
Are you serious?
Is that like one of the new AIs?
Do you watch Nathan Fielder? Do you watch his new show?
No, but I heard it.
the
The new season's
rehearsal?
great.
It's incredible.
Yeah, that's what everyone's saying.
I can't fathom how he pulls off what he does. They have so much money to throw at it. He's staging the most elaborate things that I've ever seen.
So is it real?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's blending fake with real, right?
Yeah.
But the people, the problems he's trying to solve
They're real.
are real problems.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it. I heard it's so good.
Have you ever watched the first season?
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, I watched it. I used to worship his whole catalog.
Do you think this season's better than the first?
I'm only one episode in.
That's what the streets have been saying.
It's really, really, I mean, he's brilliant.
Yeah. He's very funny.
I'm more of a Tommy Smokes guy.
Really? In the Smokes v. Fiedler?
Yeah. Same type of comedy, basically. I just think Tommy's way better at it than Nathan Fielder. Have you ever watched Love on the Spectrum? I need someone to watch Love on the Spectrum.
I have a hard time with it.
You think it's exploitative?
I don't know what it is. There's just something about it where I can't quite get to the feel good part of it. I'm not quite feeling good about it.
I've never watched it. Rowan's obsessed with
There's
it.
something about it where I don't think it's right. It would be, I don't know, like watching midget porn, maybe. There's just something.
Midget boxing.
Yeah. Exploitative feels like the right word.
Interesting. But these
How
people
much,
are
are,
finding
how much
love.
are they getting paid?
I mean, the one lady was just on the damn Kelly Clarkson show singing the song that she wrote. These guys are getting famous. They're getting laid. They're getting everything.
I saw the guy who was so excited to see Jack Black on maybe.
Yes.
And that when they met, felt again just why are we observing this?
They're saying it's like the new JFL, New Faces. It's an outlet.
That's right. Yeah, I heard Kill Tony's just trying to mine talent.
Yeah. Kill Tony's a direct pipeline to Love on the Spectrum.
Oh man, it's such a good. It feels so good to watch.
Really?
No part of it feels exploitative. That's what I was saying to him last time. That it doesn't, like, the music is nice, and like none of the editing makes it feel like you're making fun of them. It makes you feel like you're like kind of one with them. You feel their purity.
I understand both sides of it, and I understand that this is normalizing people on the spectrum, which is great. And in a similar way that if you had a role in a movie that was for a handicapped person, casting an actor who has that handicap is better than putting
Leonardo DiCaprio
exactly in a wheelchair or something like that. I get that, right?
Yeah.
If they had just a bunch of random people without autism or whatever pretending to have autism for a reality show, that would be bad.
That would be a problem. Yeah,
That'd be a
would
problem.
not be good. I'm sure there's at least one that snuck his way on.
Little what's that movie with Johnny Knoxville? The Ringer.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
The Ringer.
Yeah. Is that what he does?
It's a pretty good movie.
Do they do that?
Well, he goes and competes. He pretends to be mentally handicapped in order to compete in the Special Olympics. But imagine if someone pretended to be on the spectrum just to go have sex with people.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's got to be. I mean, how many seasons are there?
3.
4th season, though. There will be one.
I think they vet them pretty good.
Show's getting too big.
Yeah, but I think that would be less of a chance. I think it's like if it was the Wild West, maybe somebody could sneak on.
I think someone's gonna get on with the right agent.
Well, what would the what would the caper be?
We got an audition for you. Do you think they have to send in a self tape?
Yeah.
Just be like, all right, show off your skill. I can name all of the.
I know all of the houses from Game of Thrones. It's so fucking good. It's so. All the characters are so likable, and you'd think that because a lot of them haven't been able to find love up to like whatever 35 years in life, that they'd be picky, or that they wouldn't be picky. That they would, but a lot of them like will be like, "Hey, you're not for me. You're not what I'm looking for. You're not outgoing enough." Or
are they all super straightforward?
Some of them are, but some of them have like coaches who have to tell them like, hey, these are the things that you should say if you're not into someone. I think we should just be friends, or I had a really nice time.
See, that feels weird. They have coaches?
Yeah, who are also on the spectrum.
Well, that sounds like the show Maid.
It's a bit maidish.
Dating coach?
Yeah.
Something like that?
The maid coach. It's kind of like that.
And their coaches are also autistic.
Yes, but like a different flavor of autism.
Man. There was a girl from Maine when I was in high school who got on Maid, and I only found out because I was doing the One Act Festival, which was like an acting festival of theater in high school, and it was a competition. So you'd rehearse your play, and then you'd go do it. And this girl was from, the middle of nowhere, Maine, but everyone would come up when we would all talk and say like, yeah, she was on Maid.
What was she trying to be made into? A maid?
I think she was trying to become, she was like very shy and then wanted to be prom queen or something like that.
That's always how it works. There's a shy person, they do exposure therapy. And
they were trying to get her to be prom queen. And I don't know if it was prom queen or something.
And
it was
she didn't get it?
I think she might have, probably. I mean, when you have an entire MTV camera crew running around, it tends to tip the hand of the voters in favor.
That would piss me off if I was the deserving prom queen so much.
Yeah.
If you were the baddest bitch.
If you spent your 4 years being the baddest bitch, like cultivating bad bit, and then...
Yeah, but that girl went on to get like good work at Denny's. And, the girl on Maid nobody knows what she's doing.
Yeah, I guess
This was, by the way, I think it was like Oxford Hills, Maine was the name of the town.
Can we find the app?
We should look that up.
What if you were in it?
I met the girl. I talked to her at the festival.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she was like downplaying it. She was like, yeah, it didn't really do that much for me.
Like, I was gonna win anyway.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know. A lot of it was kind of bullshit. Like the edit didn't really come out the way I wanted it to. Like they made so much of a big deal about the fact that I was like barely talking to this guy. I swear to you, it was that type of a conversation.
Funny.
Meanwhile, we're at the nerdiest thing you could possibly be at, the one-act theater festival. It's theater kids, and I mean across the board, like a cappella circles were breaking out.
Yeah.
People brought devil sticks
What is that?
to kill time. You ever see devil sticks?
Oh, like the Chinese yo-yo?
yeah. There was a guy.
No. It's like 2 sticks, and then there's like a longer stick with dreadlocks in the middle, and you smack it back and
Oh,
forth.
Dreadlocks.
I have seen that. Yeah.
Doesn't it have like? Isn't there a little bit of a?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
There was a guy. There was always a talent show that would happen at the end that it would sort of break out, and some of the people had some talent. But
What did you perform?
well, I would MC it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a role you were born to play.
Yeah.
Would you do it well?
Yeah, I made sure everyone got excited and brought the noise up. And
When was this?
high school.
Damn, you were MCing in high school?
Yeah, I still have my sweatshirt from it.
Nike.
Listen, if you had a monogrammed Maine One Act Festival regional championship,
That's crazy. You were MCing when you were in high school.
Well, it's
I was in the one act, but I just I had the
You had the chops.
charisma to
Yeah.
go on stage and be like, "All right, everybody,
Yeah.
who's got some talent?" But there was no selectivity to it, so people were just coming up.
Yeah.
In a theater of 400 people.
Do you think did that have anything to do with your dad? You said your dad does stuff like that, right?
No.
Or he speaks.
He memorized the
He memorizes the
speech
speeches.
and did it at the talent show in Florida.
Yeah.
You know,
many
that has
years.
nothing. Those are completely disconnected. He didn't do that when you were younger.
If you want to go that route, I see your reasoning. I would say that the career I've chosen is more in line with the hereditary outspokenness I received from my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understood.
That must be so nice. How often your parents come see you do comedy?
Never.
Why?
Because I tell them not to.
Yeah, I do the same.
What? And what do they say?
I tell them not to watch anything that I'm in.
Really?
Same. Yeah.
Mhm.
They don't listen though.
Yeah, because I want to know what you're on.
They'll listen to like the pod. I don't even know if my parents listen to the podcast.
My parents don't know that I have a podcast. I'm not even kidding you. They thought my show with Dana was a podcast.
Well,
And they reference that. And they say, "How's the podcast going?" And I'm like, "It's pretty good. Are you watching it?" They're like, "Yeah, you guys just did Black Holes." I'm like, yes, the podcast is going great. Little do they know, I spend 2 hours a week talking to you guys about fucking
yeah.
Spectrum Love and fucking
9/11
they
pretty
might
much
find it.
all the time.
Yeah. They could find it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, my parents I'm assuming your parents have seen you do comedy though.
They have. They've
Yeah.
been to Boston. They came and saw me at the Wilbur when I did the special there.
They must have been proud of you.
My dad in the concession line was talking to some guys.
Oh, really? That's
Being like,
hilarious.
You guys like Francis?
That's my boy.
Have I ever told you the story when I got hired at Barstool? My grandma was this is when they lived on Cape Cod, but my grandma was like people were at her house doing yard work or some shit. And they were listening to like ESPN radio or some shit like that. And my grandma went outside and was like, "Do you guys know Lil Sasquatch?" to like the crew of workers.
Yeah.
And
They're
they
like,
were
no
"What?"
hablo.
And they were like, "What?" And she was like, they was like, he does sports stuff too.
It's so funny because she like genuinely is like proud of you and just wants to share in her pride in you, and you're like, fucking idiot grandmom thought that.
No, not at all. You
So
got
what
the
is
wrong
it?
idea.
So explain it to me.
You got the wrong idea.
Explain it to me then.
It's not at all what I was saying. I was saying it was funny. It's a funny story.
Yeah, why?
My mom told me the story laughing.
Yeah,
It was a funny story.
Why
'Cause
is it
there was
funny?
no way that those dudes would know who I was.
And your grandmom thought so highly of you that she was just trying to connect with strangers over your
And
successes.
it's subjectively funny to have my grandma go out and ask who I am, and then a bunch of Mexican dudes say, "We have no idea what you're talking about."
Hold on a second, Sass. You said objectively funny. I don't think anything in humor is
That
really
is objectively
objective.
funny.
Humor entirely
Until now.
is subjective.
I would say, yeah, until now. Until I made the perfect joke.
No.
You've planted the flag on the moon
I've planted
of
the
objective
flag.
comedy.
Everyone on earth will find that story funny.
I thought it was funny.
So
I
did
did.
Roman
but
had a whole different idea on it.
Yeah,
Well,
because
there
it's
you
not
go.
objectively funny.
Well,
It's subjectively funny.
it's objectively funny.
if he didn't find it funny, that makes it subjective.
Well, I just thought it was mean-spirited towards your grandma.
But I know he thinks it's funny.
Now that's why I get why you can't watch Love on the Spectrum, because you can't help but to laugh at people who you deem to be less fortunate or intelligent than
Less fortunate. Why would I call an autistic person less
you.
fortunate?
I said you deem them.
But it sounded like you were projecting because those words have never come out of my mouth.
How would I project?
Because you clearly think it's hilarious to watch autistic people try to fall in love.
I think it's the sweetest thing ever.
Yeah, that's what everyone says that watches that show. They're like, no, but it is really sweet. And it's like, no, you're at home crying, laughing with fucking chips all over your chest, laying on the couch. Everyone that watches that show, they're like, it's actually, I know what you think. Yes, but it is very touching.
No, that's
No,
how
it's
I am
not.
with Little People, Big World and 600-Pound Life, okay?
Oh man, 600-pound life. I can't watch that either.
Why? Because it's too touching.
Oh man, I just
Well, they make that seem really sad. Like the music's sad, like the editing is sad. The camera angle is literally 1 foot away from their stomach with their face in the background. Like they make people look.
dude.
They make everyone shower ass naked for them.
Did you see the one with the redheaded guy who just
Probably.
plays video games all the time?
Probably.
His name's Nate. It's Harry's Nate. What if that?
No,
what if it was
no.
just all along? Like, the guy that Hairball games with, who lived in Maine, like had
My
to,
friend. It's not just a guy that I gave known
His
him for my
gaming buddy.
entire
they
life.
had to leave Maine because it didn't have enough wheelchair access ramps for him
Yeah,
to
they
get
had to
into.
drive down to Houston so he
Oh,
could get
man.
lap
There
band
weren't
surgery.
enough. There weren't enough wheelchair-enabled TCBYs.
It is interesting. Like, you would think gaming is like a direct pipeline to weight gain. But a lot of the gamers are like just skinny dudes.
This guy in this episode was whatever 600 pounds or something, and he can't wear clothes because he gets too hot. He sits on the middle of his bed, and his dad
You've told me about this.
his dad brings him lunch, or I think it's his dad. His parents are divorced.
Yeah.
And his mom doesn't want him to be so fat.
But the dad's like,
But the
bringing him
dad says,
McDonald's every
like,
day.
the food makes him happy. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, obviously, I know it's not good for him, but like, it seems to be the only thing that makes him happy. And his dad goes to get him McDonald's.
Yeah.
And he comes back with a bag of McDonald's. And the guy who's naked,
Mm-hmm. Does he at least have like a sheet over his?
no, he's fully naked, but his stomach hangs over his genitals. So
Oh,
you
so you
can't,
can't see it.
You can't
see
enjoy
it.
it.
Yeah.
He reaches into the bag and he had a specific order
Mhm.
that he wants, and he goes, "Well, I think you're gonna have to go back. They didn't bring the right thing. They didn't give you the double fillet of fish. There's a mistake in the order."
Yeah, and he goes back, right?
I think he goes back or
yeah.
sacrifices his own lunch so that the
Oh.
kid can do it.
His own macas.
Mm-hmm.
I think that none of those people exist without the enabler, and that's the real villain of all the stories.
That's what I learned from that. Yeah. And by that sort of side of it, you could argue that the government is enabling, because I think
True.
a lot of them are on disability.
Couldn't you say though that like some people are just born to eat?
I'm born to eat. I'm
But
born to eat. You've seen the way I eat.
Nah, you're not though.
Yeah, you are.
You've seen the way I eat.
I've seen the way you eat, but you're not born to eat. Like I don't know what you're even talking. We're talking about the dudes that are 900 pounds.
Okay. But
Clearly you're not born to eat.
I eat voraciously.
But if you were born to eat, you wouldn't be skin. You wouldn't.
But
No, that's
I
not
just
true.
eat healthy food, but I eat humongous quantities of it.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like a real eater.
Yeah, but that's not true, because two of the best eaters of all time, the best male eater of all time and the best female eater of all time, Joey Chestnut, not super fat, and Sonia Thomas, the Black Widow, not super fat.
Kobayashi, ripped.
Yeah.
True, Kobayashi was ripped. I mean, yeah, I guess that's true.
You're thinking of
But
guys
you think
like,
you could like out eat one of those guys?
I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I'm just saying that most people know me. Like, when I go over to people's houses for dinner parties, they prepare.
Yeah, I've gone to dinner with you, and you do eat a lot. Like when we went to get those steaks in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I think me and Mook had like half of ours, and you did the dishes.
Yeah. I licked everyone's plate clean.
Francis is coming!
Yeah.
Throw another full hog on the.
I've always, my whole life, I've always eaten enormous amounts of food. But I
Yeah.
just eat healthy food and I exercise like a madman.
My parents used to call me Nibbles.
I know that's not a lie.
I swear to God.
I know it's not a lie.
Just very peckish.
Because I wouldn't eat anything.
You're very peckish.
I don't think I'm even like, yeah, I would say I am peckish, yeah. But I'm not like, but I wouldn't say I'm a picky eater.
I don't think I really. I am.
I am peckish, but I'm not a picky eater.
You just don't eat very much of stuff?
I just don't eat, unless I'm like really hungry. Like I don't usually sit down and eat the full meal at once.
You can
I bop around.
You're a
eat it
grazer?
over
I'm a
time?
grazer. I eat over time. I
Nicky
collect my
Grazer.
calories as the day goes on through the night.
But you do eat, do you eat at 3 a.m?
No.
But you're up till 4, so you have dinner at.
I'm up till like 2:30 usually.
You
most
eat dinner
nights.
at what time? Be honest.
It really depends on the day.
Sometimes midnight.
Not really. That's like worst case scenario. Sometimes like 10.
10.
Like,
11?
but also like I usually aim for like 7.
Okay, so that's what I was wondering.
But then
If you
dinner
eat-
2 rolls in around 10.
That's what
something's going in the stomach around 10
Fourth
for
meal.
sure. Yeah.
That's what I was wondering. 'cause
100%.
There's no way that you or anyone I know could eat dinner at 7 o'clock and then not be hungry again by
No.
4 a.m.
No. Yeah, I definitely get. But I'll snack.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, so you do eat quite late.
I do, and I don't really get that hungry during the day, which is a problem.
Yeah, you are doing the opposite with your metabolism from what every medical journal
Says to
has
do.
ever said.
Yeah,
to
they
do.
say you're supposed to eat right when you wake up to jumpstart it, right?
Well, I think it's that, and it's also like don't eat late and don't snack.
Yeah.
And
I do all those things.
eat smaller meals throughout the day.
Oh, I do that. I eat smaller meals throughout the day, but then I just eat a big meal. Like all I've had today is overnight oats.
I'm fine with that. Well, it's 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should have had lunch.
But I would have had lunch around 2 if we weren't recording.
I had some spicy ramen today. I went to a ramen restaurant. It was so fucking nice.
That's
Hey,
great.
You said you had spicy ramen on Monday.
No, I had spicy ramen the day that my wife gave birth. And I was craving it. I think it was because we talked about it.
Yeah, probably. I love ramen. Maybe I'll get some ramen tonight.
We should go to that place around the corner.
Yeah, we should.
Well, not today.
Not today. Probably never, realistically.
You don't like going to lunch with your bros? Casey Neistat has a standing lunch with his bros every day.
Every
day?
Well, not the weekends, but Monday through Friday. He's
Wow.
a standing lunch with the guys that he works with.
I saw him walking around Tribeca one time, and I said, "Hey, Casey, big fan." I'm not.
Hey, Casey, I've seen you.
I respect
actually-
his work.
I like Casey
I
Neistat.
like Casey Neistat, and I respect his work, but I can't say that I'm a big fan. But I still said it,
Yeah.
which to me is really like that's pandering.
You ever watch his first class ticket reviews?
They're great.
Unbelievable.
Those are really good.
But
And
if you
then-
watch the ones where it's like $25,000 ticket, like
Yeah.
Emirates,
yeah,
those are sick.
shower on
Yeah.
the plane.
Yeah.
Those are awesome. And then the when he went sort of like towed behind a car when New York snowed, and he was doing like
Oh, I did see that.
that was cool.
Yeah, that video's sick.
And then the one that he did the bike lane where he was like he got a ticket for riding not in the bike lane on his bicycle. And he said, well, there's always stuff in the bike lane that you run into. And then he, just to prove the point, biked in the bike lane and crashed into everything, including a cop car.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was very funny. Those were the viral videos I remember seeing early on of him.
I watched his shit when he was doing. I didn't watch all of them, but when he used to do like because he was like the first person to do like the daily vlog,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to watch some of those. But yeah, his stuff was good. He's got to be a problem in person.
Why?
Because like I was just thinking about like that like those videos like the Emirates where it's like he takes the shower, but it's not like he's just walking into the bathroom. It's like he walks into the bathroom. There's like multiple angles set up already.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, there's someone else who's like, I got to take a shit, and this dude's filming a fucking movie in the bathroom right now.
It might be the case that each person who has one of those seats gets their own bathroom. I don't know for sure.
Really?
I'm not certain of that.
It might be. Oh, you know what I think? They might have to schedule times.
Yeah, because they clean the bathroom after each person uses it.
Damn.
It's at best. At worst, it's that.
Yeah, but that whole style of vlogging where it's like car pulling out of the parking garage.
You got to set up your camera.
And it's like, then you got to, park the car, go get the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Edit around yourself, like looking into the camera as you pick it up.
Is this thing fucking working? God damn it, this thing never fucking works.
He edits the shit out of his videos, though.
Yeah.
They're so well edited. It's fucking insane.
All right. Should we wrap it up? I guess we've been going for a while.
Yeah, we can wrap it up. I got to get home to my seed.
When can we come visit them? And by
I
we,
wanted
I mean me.
I wanted you to visit them. I have them all day tomorrow because Allison has to go to fucking Delaware to deal with some court shit.
Whoa.
Yeah, I got to get vaccinated.
I'll be in Dallas at the Addison Improv.
Want to just do these let's splice these in earlier.
What?
Want to splice these in earlier? Road dates?
Oh, sure.
Right? Like, let's do them with the ad reads. Because like no one's making it. We're like, it's like 2 hours in.
Fair enough.
Right? I feel like that's a more. Really? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
you're
like most
probably
other
right.
podcasts do them like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think
Right
we
off the-
can do
right
them
off
right
the
off the
jump.
top. But
Yeah.
I think we could do them with like the first ad read or something.
All right. I'll be in Dallas at the Addison Improv not this weekend, but next weekend. So that's like May 15th, 16th, 17th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Tickets at punchup.live/Francis Ellis. Also be in Chicago at Zany's in June, first weekend of June 7th, 8th, 9th, something like that. So same spot for tickets.
I just got booked there. I just got booked there for the fall.
Awesome.
Chirac.
You can do Rosemont?
I think so, yeah.
Probably the way I'd do it, right?
I don't know. I haven't looked at the deal yet. But I'm going to be in Philly this weekend. 5 shows. Some of them are already sold out. So don't wait till the last minute. Get them now. HarrySettleWebsite.com. My other website, LilSasquatchWebsite.com, no longer exists. So don't go there. Go to HarrySettleWebsite.com or go to the Philly Helium website. Thank you.